Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is January 20, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your support. So Vladimir congratulates Donald on his inauguration, saying Russia is open for dialogue on equality and mutual respect principles. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. And Joe is no longer in the spotlight. He's actually on the plane right now, heading to, I think he's heading to California, if I'm not mistaken. So there's been a lot of breaking news, and I did post some videos. The link will be in the comments box. The Southern is closed. They closed that thing. You have a lot of people out there in tears. When I say people, those that's trying to come into our sleeping giant countries. So I did post a lot of videos, and also I did post a video. Donald didn't put his hand on the Bible while being, the inauguration swearing in, and but I do believe what happened there is that they were doing it too fast, and Melania came at the very last minute. I think she was like maybe 3 second, 5 second late. Donald already had his right hand up. So again, the link will be in the comments box if you guys want to check out the video. So it says here, Vladimir calls for long-term peace with Ukraine, the yellow and blue country, and says the bear is open for dialogue with Donald on the conflict in Ukraine. So we're gonna see how this thing works out, guys. And again, please share the video. And thank you so much for your support, either through PayPal or the super thanks. Thank you so much. Your support truly helps out. All right, so Vladimir congratulated Donald on taking office hours before Donald's inauguration in D.C. and said he was open to dialogue with a new leader administration on Ukraine. Give me a second here. When it comes to nuclear arms. So it says here Vladimir, who said he wanted to secure a long-lasting peace in Ukraine rather than a short ceasefire, made the comments during a meeting of the Bear Security Council that was shown on state TV. Now, I got to be careful here, guys. I got some advertisements just popping up left and right, and I'm trying not to get hit with a copyright. I got hit yesterday with a copyright, so I got to be very careful here. So we see the statements by the newly elected leader of the sleeping giant and members of his team about the desire to restore direct contact with the bear, Vladimir said. Now we also hear his statements about the need to do everything possible to prevent World War III. We, of course, welcome this attitude and congratulate the elect leader of the sleeping giant on taking office. Now, Vladimir's statement reflects Carson's hopes in the bear country that Donald may be able to begin to repair ties between Washington and Moscow, which have fallen to their lowest level since the 1962 event due to the Bear War in Ukraine, even as many of the Bear Gov officials publicly say they realize that such hopes may come to nothing. It says here, Vladimir, who usually holds Security Council meetings on Fridays rather than Mondays, said the Bear Country was open to talks with the new administration on a range of what he called key international issues, including a nuclear arms and security and on the Ukraine conflict. Now, Donald has promised to swiftly end the biblical war in Ukraine, though he has not explained exactly how he will do that. Now, Vladimir has said before that he is ready for talks, but that the Bear territorial gains and claim must be accepted, something that Ukrainian leadership has rejected as an unacceptable capitulation. Now remember, Donald said that he could end this war in 24 hours. All right, so that's what he said. Now I'm not bashing it. I'm not bashing him. I'm not saying that he's a phony liar. I'm not saying that. But again, we are still waiting for the Donald when it comes to this. Now, so far, he's focusing on the southern border. He closed that thing down. He deployed troops. Basically, he locked it down. It is an emergency lockdown going on at the southern region. So they locked that thing down. And I do believe even the northern part. Now, someone that's like, Lewis, this is not an emergency lockdown. It is an emergency lockdown. They locked that thing down really quick. And you have National Guards and troops. And they even have the riot gear of officers out there. So it is an emergency lockdown going on. Long-term peace. As for the resolution of the situation in Ukraine itself, I would like to emphasize that the goal should not be a brief cease, you know what, not some kind of period of respite that will allow a regrouping and rearmament of forces, but a long-term peace based on respect for the legitimate interest of all people and all peoples who live in the region, Vladimir said on Monday. He also indicated that the Bear capital was ready to discuss nuclear arms control and wider security issues. It says here, New Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, or New START, which caps the number of strategic nuclear warheads that the sleeping giant and the Bear can deploy, and the deployment of land and submarine-based missile and bombers to deliver them, is due to run out on February 5th, 2026. It is the last remaining pillar of nuclear arms control between the world's two biggest nuclear powers. All right. So that's where we are right now. So Vlad sent a message. He sent a message to the Donald and said, hey, can we talk now? And that's what's going on. There's a dialogue between these two. All right, give me a second here. I want to see if I can find any more updates and information here. Guys, there's some stuff going down, and I cannot show the video or the title. But you have some group out there in DC, and boy, oh boy. They call the Proud, and I'm not saying the last word. You guys know who I'm talking about. Give me a second here, guys. Breaking news, Vladimir has just extended a public congratulations to Donald on his inauguration, signaling a seismic shift on the global stage. Vladimir declared that the Bear Federation is ready to engage. So you see all them people on the screens. I mean, he's really working on this on Donald's first day. So you got Vlad here. Vlad is right there. And you got all them people on the screen. And Vlad is really trying to move this as soon as possible. Trying to, end this biblical war along with Donald. So once again, Donald on his January 20th, 2025, signaling a seismic shift on the global stage. Vladimir declared that the Bear Federation is ready to engage in dialogue over the Ukraine conflict and explore future partnership with the sleeping giant. Folks, this could mark the beginning of a massive realignment in international power. Stay tuned. Because the most powerful ones in the world are panicking. They are panicking. There ain't gonna be no more sending ching ching to the yellow and blue. Enough is enough with that. That was so many years. What, almost 3 years giving them all that money. Unbelievable. Now I want to see what's going on with this one here. All right, so look at this title here. Vladimir sends WWE message to Donald amid inaugural. You know what? Vlad made a WWE plea to Donald as he congratulated him on his election victory just hours before the Donald. All right, so he did send a WWE message. Basically, he mentioned that he doesn't want this to go to WWE. Vlad has made a televised appeal to Donald, urging him not to trigger WWE while also offering congratulations on his win just before Donald's inaugural address as the 47th leader. So we hear Donald's statement on the need to prevent WWE. We undoubtedly welcome such a disposition and congratulate the elect, Vladimir declared during a session of the Bear Security Council. He stressed the chance to mend ties with the sleeping giant, noting Donald and his team talks about rekindling direct communication despite the Bear capital ongoing biblical war in Ukraine. Now, Vladimir remarked that he has listened to Donald and his team's statements on their wish to restore direct contact with the Bear, which the outgoing Joe had cut off through no fault of our own. Now, he insisted that the Bear country never turned down this dialogue and emphasized that the sleeping giant and the Bear relations should be founded on equality and mutual respect. All right. It says here, you have, give me a second. Previously, Vladimir had issued a dire warning to the West, following Joe authorization for Ukrainian leader Zelensky to use long range against the Bear targets amidst the Bear capital unyielding 3-year war in Ukraine. Now, Vladimir's recent comments mark a significant shift from the Bear Gov position back in November when they declined to congratulate Donald on his victory, citing the sleeping giant's unfriendly stance towards the Bear as the reason. During his presidential campaign, Donald pledged to bring an end to the biblical war in Ukraine. Recently, the Bear Gov spokesperson Dmitry also highlighted the Bear interest in discussing the Ukrainian situation with the sleeping giant. No special conditions are needed for this. What is required is the mutual intent and political will to have a dialogue, stated Peskov. As fears escalate in Ukraine due to the looming warning of Donald cutting off sleeping giant aid, Donald, whose January 20th theme is strength, unity, and fairness, becomes the second sleeping giant leader after Grover Cleveland in 1892 to win a consecutive second term. All right, so that's where we at. Vladimir sends WWE message to Donald. All right. So again, this is big breaking news here, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on today. And again, I will keep you updated with all these news. We have a new commander. And so far, he's working on the sleeping giant first, signing executive order. And Vladimir sent a message as soon as possible. Hey, congratulations. All right, so this ain't no starting WWE3, but I'm sending you WWE3 message here. We don't want to start anything, all right? So we want to end it, and let's respect each other. All right, so we're going to see how all this is going to play out, and I will keep it updated. Make sure you check out the videos I posted today. The link will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, for those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get to access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.